I'm Isaac Agya Koomson, that's the name, and I'm from Ghana, but currently I'm at Abu Dhabi here.
Hello and welcome to Obehi Podcast. I'm your host, Obehi A14, and I strongly believe that everyone has a story to share. Now let's get started into this episode.
I'm a startup strategist and business development executive, and I have my own startup I'm running. Currently, it's a freelance, or let me say it's a part-time business I'm building because I've not attribute all my time to it fully now. So what I normally do is I try to guide people with new business idea and people who have been in business for 1 to 2 years if they are finding it difficult about how to establish the necessary framework to help them build resilience and sustainable startup that will exist in the next future. I try to help them with that, like the business canvas, the growth hacking strategies, and digital marketing strategies, the crowdfunding and VC funding strategies. I help them with all these tasks.
Okay, so Isaac, you see, in this podcast, we are dedicated actually our time to both African diaspora, mainly African diaspora, but also the Africans at home. So for this reason, we are actually intentional when we talk about our origin, where we are coming from, our background. This will help people that are in the diaspora who have never been to Africa, who are of course know that they are from Africa. By the time we begin to make mention of certain places, okay, somebody made mention of Kumasi, they might know that, but by the time you start to make mention of certain places in Ghana, they don't have any idea. But because we are here, we are having this opportunity to connect. We are opportune to live in this time where you are right there in Abu Dhabi. I am right here in Italy. We can talk as if maybe we are close by in the same room. Let's help each other to know more about ourselves, okay? So tell me, which part of Ghana were you born? Tell me what you see around you as you were growing up.
I was born in a small village in Ghana. That's Ejumako. It's in the Ejumako Esan district in the central region of Ghana. It's a very small village, but somehow we are a little bit civilized. We have a proper form of education. Even if you are not going to get the world class, you have the minimum education to build yourself for the future. And in my community, we are much passionate and we love unconditionally. It's not like you are not from my family, so when I see you or when you need help, I should just leave you know. If only I have the support I have to give you. That's the hospitality nature of my community. And we are moved with the idea that we're all supposed to be educated so that we can be the future of our community, do all that we could to help build a community to be the most enviable within Central region.
You grew up in Ghana. It is a beautiful community with love for each other, which is something that is really appreciable. So, do you want to say anything about your destination, Abu Dhabi? Why did you decide to move to Abu Dhabi?
Actually, that's the reason why I wanted to start that project. See, I came here because I was finding it difficult being in Ghana. Although I'm much passionate and I was trying to find something for myself after graduation. But whatever that I did couldn't help me succeed in my passion, or let's say when it comes to job. Normally, we all dream of graduating and finding job to do in our country. And after graduation, you try making a whole lot of application and nothing works. And life seems like, it has come to an end for you. With all what I've been doing, your possible best, trying everything possible, but nothing is working. And so with that, I was going through a whole lot of frustration and depression. And I said, even if I should get an opportunity to travel outside the country, I will have whatever job I will get. I'll just go there to do it and see if I could survive in life. Yeah, of course, I'm a passionate business person who have been trying to do something for myself, but it wasn't working. The environment in the country wasn't giving the opportunity or permitting me to travel in the system. So I always find it challenging, and that forces me to move out from the country to see if I could do something to build myself and go back to build a country. I think we need to do something about it. Yeah, I got the opportunity to leave the situation behind, but I need to do something about it.
That's interesting. That's interesting. And now, of course, now you are an opportunity to other people who are not able to make the same move that you are. And looking at the business that you do, I understand that if somebody need help now, maybe the person is in Ghana, you are able to help them straighten up their business line. So, do you want to tell me a little bit about what you do? Explain your business to us. So at least I find it very interesting. That is why we are talking about it.
My business mostly focused on startups. How I started this business was when I was a young guy, around the age of 5 years, my mom passed away. So I had no option than to stay with my second elder sister. And she used to be a trader. She sell food and other stuffs. And she normally take loans in her business. And due to misapplication, she ended up being in debt. And I think for now, she's even in debt due to misapplication. So it motivated me that no, I have to do something about it. And similar market women who are also going through. So I need to establish a consulting business in that field to offer advice and guide to them. Yeah, I've gone through the education system, and I've also been doing one or two stuff of bookkeeping and market research. So I have that idea. So if I could do something about it, I could help these market women. But I end up failing. So I have to restructure the idea to something more viable. So I came to only help people with new idea and people who have been in business for 1 to 2 years. Yes, you have the idea, but you are finding it difficult to start. You are trying to identify the problem that you have, the solution that you are providing, who are you selling to. So I normally focus on this thing, helping people build their business from scratch. And after, we look at how to grow it, that using the growth hacking strategies like the digital marketing strategies, crowdfunding strategy, bootstrapping, all other stuff that will help us to make sure that you build a resilient business. That's what we are looking at. And for the past years, I've been doing my best. I think one project that has given me the more confidence about helping more startups is one woman that I met. She has been doing well in life, and now she wants to start the coconut business and looking at how she wants to go about it. Yes, she have everything. She met me and she needed a business plan. But when we went through, it's like she doesn't need a business plan. She needed something different. So there are people who have the idea. There are people who have whatever that it takes. But how to go about the idea is mostly difficult. And that is what I seek to achieve with startups.
Why do you think people have these challenges with this startup? Because I understand that you are paying attention also to why a lot of startups fail. So you are happy then so that their system will be, so that whatever it is that they are doing, their startup will succeed. So the question is, why do you think some people have some of these challenges in the beginning?
See, mostly, if I should take Ghana for instance, there's difference between having a brilliant idea and there's difference between having a startup that is running and that has a potential to make it great in the future or to do well in the market. See, people fail to even know who they are selling their product or service to. People fail to identify the problem that they are solving. People fail to even tell you the solution or the value that they are providing. So basically, most startups fail as a result of identify a problem and providing a viable solution. Yes, you are selling to me. Why are you selling to me? I will not buy because you present a product to me. I will buy because you are solving a problem to me, or you are solving a problem for me. And one tool I've realized is that we fail to identify our target audience. An example is like, I am a watch seller in a particular school. Sometimes I assume that everybody within the school is my target audience, but that's false. Yes, I sell watches, but who I am selling this watch to? That is the student. So how do I even price the watches so that the student can afford it? How do I even convince the students to even buy it? So able to know the problem of the student helps you to communicate to the needs of the student in order to attract them to buy or pay for the watch that you are selling. And most startups fail to do this, and they end up failing. And when it comes to team formation, yes, you might have a brand idea, but without able to assemble the right team will also cause it to fail. And vivid example is when I started a media company with friends. Yes, we had the idea, we have the skills, but we lack one, and that was somebody who pushing the money. So we had a team, but the team wasn't fixed. And my first business, that was a consulting business to help the market women. I started with friends when we were at level 300, way back in the university. But I thought these people were my team, these people were my co-founders, but they didn't share in the same view of me, they didn't share in the same vision of me. So they couldn't do much about it, and the idea wasn't be able to push into the market. Yes, I had a brilliant idea, but this idea didn't work because I couldn't able to find the right team. Some also look at the bookkeeping stats. Yes, I'm selling. How much have I able to produce? How much I am selling? What is the cost I'm going to incur? What is the profit I am getting? I am losing in the short run. Will I even produce more profit, or will I succeed in the next future? We are not able to have our records to make an informed decision. So sometimes when people realize a little bit revenue or a little bit sales, they think that money is their own money and they end up selling it, forgetting about even proud back, putting much money into the business in order to commercialize it or expand it in the future. We fail to keep records. We fail to able to know our cash flow, if more money is coming. So if we should continue producing, if more money is going, should we cut down costs? We have to look at all these things. And most startups fail to do this. Bookkeeping, they are not doing. They don't have much understanding about their cash flows, their financial statement, they don't know. They don't even do the market feasibility study, the research to know, is this idea sellable to the target audience or the segmented market? They don't do it. And the other day, they think that, yes, I have an idea, so I have to start or I have to launch. They launch and they fail. So basically, this is a little bit of the thing that most startups goes through, and they fail. They don't even have the business model. They just have the idea and they are doing business. And I think we need to do something about it.
Thank you so much for that, Isaac. I read on your profile that you are working to reduce startup failure in Africa to at least 2% by 2030. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's very bold and very important also as a goal to pursue in Africa, looking at the fact that a lot of businesses need to spring up in Africa, because to take up our economy, I mean, in the large scale in Africa, some of these things the government are not doing it, and the people need to take up the challenge of creating businesses for themselves, which means a lot of businesses are going to start and a lot of businesses also are going to fail. So if we can have less failure compared to how the percentage that is going to succeed, that is a good thing now. So that is why I like that your go very well. So I don't know, what is your strategy to succeed in that, which is reducing startup failure to about 2%?
Yeah, normally, all that we have been focusing as a challenge to startup is funding. Yeah, funding. Uh, One guy just contacts me online. Is like, yeah, I have an idea. I need funding. We have an investor. Let's go to the investor. Pitch your idea to the investor for funding. The person doesn't have anything to show, doesn't know his business model, doesn't know his traction, he doesn't know his market size. So there should be a form of capacity building, and that's what I'm working on. Now I've started a series, and I call it Startup Series. This is what we are trying to do. Yes, we have an idea, a new idea. Yes, you have been in business 1 or 2 years. You are finding it difficult. Yeah, you don't even know how to start your idea. There are people who have done it before. So we bring these people on board. They offer their experience to these new startups or people who have been in business for 1 or 2 years and finding it difficult to travail or to succeed in the market. And I'm also trying to work on more projects. I have one idea, and that is crowdfunding. Yes, I'm saying that Africa in the future will be one of the powerhouse economy in the world, and everybody have interest in Africa. So I need $1 from you to support Africa, and that is to help fund startups in Africa. So if we're able to generate much from the startup crowdfunding strategy, we're able to help as much as startup we could. And other side of the crowdfunding is there are much people or there are much Africans who have traveled outside the continent. These people wanted to invest in business. But when you go back home, there's a risk. When I send the money home, would they use it for what it's being intended for? So people are afraid to send their money. And even if they keep the money at where their currency is staying, they wouldn't earn anything on it. And that has become a dilemma in their mind. So the crowdfunding will try to bring these people as an angel investors. Yes, we have people with great ideas. Put your money in this idea. Go into negotiation with them. I'm going into equity funding with you or debt funding with you, and this is the interest I'm getting. My company responsibility is to make sure that we establish the framework, we do the necessary risk mitigation so that whatever money that is put into the startup idea could be recouped back, because we are just helping ourselves to build our continent. And what I'm also trying to do is, like as we are doing, we have much startups in the system whose story need to be heard. So I'll be using content creation to also communicate people's ideas to the public. So if you have funding, you support them. And I'll focus much also on mentorship and capacity building, because it's very important. People need to know the knowledge to run their business. People are in business, they don't have the leadership skills. People are in business, they don't even know how to build a right team, the structure. Even people are registering wrong type of business, they don't even know, and they think that, yes, I have the idea that I've started. And all these things are contributing to the failure of startups in Africa. So we'll be looking at a whole lot of startups, and that will go in a gradual process. That's why I've started with the startup series. There are a whole lot of things that
We're going to have two lectures.
Yes, I
on
don't have money.
fundraising.
Yes, I'm young. Yes, but I think it's possible. We could get there. It's one step at a time, and with the support from other people, we can get there.
It is important in this day and age that we start concentrating on businesses, starting up businesses in Africa. So startup, bringing knowledge to those areas is very, very important. So, can you share with me which area are you actually focusing on in startups in Africa? Which are your area of concentration? What type of startup are you looking into or are you working with?
Now, one project, the current project is the Pathfinder, and this one will be it's a startup investment series or roadshow, and it's going to be done at the university level. So that's to help make sure that people who graduate and with the brand idea can start their own business. So we'll be looking at startups in the field of agribusiness, agri-tech, e-commerce, and medical aspects, and people with a great idea in the edutech. The content creation is also becoming much important. So if you can create something valuable in that field, yeah, I will try to liaise with my team to see if we could support. But much focus on the tech industry, because we need to make sure that we develop the agri sector in Africa, because there's food shortage and Africa has been important. So agribusiness and agri-tech is much focused, and tech, because that's the area that we'll be trying much focus on.
So in terms of content creation, yesterday I was interviewing a content creator because it's something that we concentrate on a lot here because content is very important today. Of course, irrespective of the business that you are doing, you are into, if you know how to produce content and know how to supply content that the people need, then this can even help you to promote your business. Can you share with me what you intend to do there? I mean, what is the importance of content creation, if I may put it like that, in today Africa, and how you intend to work in those areas?
If I should bring into the startup phase of this, in the startup environment, content creation is very important. One example is the woman that I talk about, the coconut business. I think she is doing well and trying to get investors for her business. We've been working together, preparing all the necessary documents. But one thing I think that she is missing is content creation. Yes, you want people to finance your business. You want people to know your business, to do or to go into business with you. You need to let them know, create awareness, educate them. You need to be talking about your business. Like example, you can create more content on coconut, the effect, the good things about coconut. What are people missing when it comes to coconut production? What are missing when it comes to the coconut product in the market? You need to let people know. And when people get to know much about you, they try to identify with it, and that's what comes to the personal brand. That's the personal brand. So they identify you as the chief woman in coconut. So if you are going to support somebody, we know this person because we've been reading from her, we've been knowing much from her, so we need to go to her and to support her. But much people are not doing. People only focus on selling, rather than letting people understand the business they are in. Yes, there are a whole lot of business model strategies to adopt to benefit from content creation. Like as you are doing, we have the platforms there. We shouldn't be focused on getting the money right now. We should focus on building something for the future. If I could be able to educate people much about coconut production, coconut farming, coconut processing, in essence of each coconut product I bring out, if I should publish it on all the social media platforms, now I'm going to increase my followers. And these are real money. The more followers you have the potential to sell to them. You have to use the other strategies, content creation strategies, email marketing strategy to get their emails. You can be communicating to them through different content, selling to them through the email. So there are more things that we could do about content to better startups in Africa.
Thank you so much for that. Now, for the kind of services that you do, how can people benefit from you? I want you to spend this time to promote your business if you like. So use this few seconds to promote what you the kind of business you offer, and how people can connect with you?
What I could say to the public is, yes, you have business idea. You've been a startup for almost 2 years. You are finding it difficult to even develop your model. You are finding it difficult to even grow it. You just come to us. We start with the problem diagnosis. We identify your problem, market research, your financials. We'll be doing the financials for you. We'll be developing your business model canvas. If you want to get invested, we'll help you with the investment proposals. If you want to get closes with sales proposals, grant proposals, business proposal, any form of proposal, we can help you with it. And if you want to make your business known on the internet, we are capable of doing that. Website development, digital marketing stuff, we can do that for you. And if you need investment, you can also come to us. Now we are working with other investment management agencies to make sure that we get more startups being financed in Africa. Yes, our vision is to help build the next billion-dollar startups in Africa. Africa is a great continent, and we can do it together.
Thank you so much for that. Now, what would you like to say to conclude the conversation, at least looking at what we have said today?
What I would say is, yes, Africa, we got people talking about that. Yeah. We are the poorest continent in the world. Africa, we are corrupt, we are this. What I'm saying that, yes, we can build a better Africa. We can build our dream Africa. And we can also do that through startups. So if you have money and you think that you don't know what to invest in it, just be ready. Look out for ideas. Yes, it is risky, but make sure that you go through the necessary process to make sure that you reduce the risk level and invest in this outstanding minds. Imagine when I started, if I should have gotten that angel investor, I think by now I've become one of the biggest business tycoon in my country, and I'm doing well now. I might be helping a whole lot of people. But because I didn't get the angel investor, yes, it's not by force to develop an idea. There are people who have the idea. There are people who have that kind of idea mindset. Yes, find them and invest in them. Let us all come together, help build Africa. You are doing well, just mentor one startup. When I said I find it difficult to get a mentor, sometimes I ask myself, yes, people talk about mentorship. I'm not getting it. You need to find somebody with similar aspiration as you had. Guide them throughout the way, walk them through the process, and help them build the next $1 million business. If we could be changing the face of startups in Africa, even just 10 every year, we could build a great startup in the future. And this is going to solve all the problems that we are facing as a continent or as a country. There wouldn't be unemployment, there wouldn't be those kind of infrastructure development because the private people are doing it. There's no need to cry for it. So let us all come together. Yes, it might seem big, but with determination, with a zeal, we can do it. Yes, I can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can all. And that's why we have to all come together to make Africa great. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. I really do.
Welcome.
If you enjoy this podcast, make sure you subscribe so you never miss any of our future episodes. Rate and review Obehi Podcast and share with your friends who might need it. I remain Obehi Ewafo. Thank you so much for listening and talk to you in the next episode.